Hey guys, it's Rebecca. So today I'm gonna talk about 1984 by George Orwell. So this was a book that I read last year. This book is about Winston Smith, who lives in the society where they are under this ruling party type of people who call themselves the Big Brother, and they have these posters with their eyes everywhere, and basically the people who live there don't have freedom to anything. Like, the Big Brother watches them wherever they are, including in their houses where we expect privacy. There are these television screen type of things which record whatever they are doing, whatever they are talking. So whenever they find a person who uh, who speaks against these big brothers or try to cause a revolution against them, they capture them and imprison them and torture them, and then at the end of the day kill them. So that's what happens. So basically Winston Smith, he works um, for this government. Like, they have this division, so there's few ministries. So he works under the Ministry of Truth, and one day he's all fed up, and tries he decides to go against this government. So this book is about that. So now this is a classic, and I am not into classics, but I've heard it's very popular, so I picked it up. And this, I mean, Amazon has a cover, and I really don't like that cover. So this book, I had bought it from Books Blossom's Book House here in Bangalore, and I really like the cover, so then I bought it. But I must say, I'm never gonna reread it again. It's just this one time read, so I will not be rereading it. I will not be rereading it again. So um, I'll be getting rid of this book. Um, I'll give it off to a second-hand bookstore or something. I'll see about it. So now let's talk about the book. Let's talk about how I felt really about this book. Now, when you ask me what I liked about this book, is the storyline, the plot. Okay, this plot is kind of the main reason I liked it. It was because it's kind of relatable even in this 21st century. It's just that it's not that open, but in subtle ways, it is true in the society. So yeah, it was relatable, so that's one of the reason I like this book. But all the other reasons are why I disliked this book. So for me, the main thing is that when I read a book, more than a plot, I'm a character driven reader, and I've mentioned this a few times. So I have to like the characters for me to like the book a lot. So for this character, the main character Winston, I didn't like his thoughts at all. I mean, the way he thinks, I didn't really like it, because I feel his mind is just filled with all lust. There's Julia in this book, who's his girlfriend, who becomes his girlfriend, and all I can get. And even before Julia, he, sexualizes everything. Even when he meets Julia, I just feel he didn't really love her. It was just like, attraction. And it's not just for him. I would equally say that goes for Julia as well. I don't think she really loved him. So it was just this attraction, infatuation. That's all I feel. Or it was just pure lust. That is one of the reasons that I didn't like this. The second thing is the ending. Okay, the ending, it was kind of like, making the reader fool type of ending. I know it might be this realistic type of ending, but I didn't like it. It was kind of like making me feel that I read all of this book to get that ending, which was not even worthwhile my reading. I wanted a better ending, so the ending just ruined, like, added more for me to hate this book. I wouldn't say hate, but dislike this book. And the final thing that I hated about this book was, there was this book they mentioned. I really forgot about that book. Let me check. Wait. Yeah, so there's this book which they started to read because they believe that there's a community who's gonna start the revolution against the big brothers. and the book was written from one of the leaders there, so they wanted to read that book. So the book was called The Theory and Practice of Oligarchical Collectivism by Emmanuel Goldstein. So that's the book's name. And they says that Winston and Julia starts to read this book, and I thought, okay, they would summarize whatever is happening in the book and let us readers know. But no, George Orwell had to write the whole book in this tiny book. And literally, there were like more than 50 pages of that book, okay? And to be honest, it was pretty boring for me, okay? Pretty boring for me. And I don't like skimming as well through the books, so I had to read it. And I must say, it was a nightmare for me reading those 50 pages, okay? More than 50 pages. I didn't like it at all, okay? I would have preferred it more if he would have summarized all these thoughts. Maybe even in a one page or a two page, it would have been fine. Not even in one paragraph or two, maybe 2 pages was fine. But he didn't have to stretch all of it chapter wise to on 50 different pages, okay? That was totally unnecessary. So that was another reason why I didn't like this book. So finally I rated this book a 3.5 stars. I wouldn't say that I completely hated this book, because the plot was so relatable to the times that we are in. Basically, this book is post-apocalyptical, I think. Like I said before, this was just a one-time read. I'm never gonna reread it again. So that's my thoughts on this book. If you have read this book, let me know about it. Let me know how you felt about this book. Thank you guys for watching my video. Meet you guys in my next video. Bye.